Good morning, YouTube. I want to show you this black mold. This is what I was saying in the previous video. I feel I'm speaking clearer without the mask on. I did it just a minute ago. It's January 19th after 6:30. I covered that because I can't stand that wall. That's just recent, like since last year. This is recent, these clusters of mold. This is all the time since 2015. It's gotten worse. Clusters of mold over there. Couldn't afford to get the paper so that I can cover that up because it's speckled. See, it's speckled all over. And I talked to my friend in a music company because I have a left-handed guitar and viola. And I told him I'll see him soon. And he said, you can't stay there. And he told me about what to do about people like that because he's been through it. He's a white guy. And the reason I'm mentioning this, it means that anybody can go through it. It's not just me being Native American black, West Indian black, and Irish. To society, I'm black, so I don't count. So everybody else is suffering this. And yes, we're back to the military thing. That's the fan and some of my clothes drying and everything. I wash out my scarf and stuff. But these are the military stuff and my bags packed up. And then that's clothing bags with clothes. I don't want this stuff to get on my clothes, on the clothing bags. And that's what I mean. If they do any work, it's going to go all over my clothes. These boxes with my books, legal books, biology, my awards, and merits and all of that. They don't care about that. This has to be gotten rid of because it's, we don't have, it's a flat screen TV. That has to be gotten rid of. That has to be gotten rid of. And these are boxes I stack. I spent 2 months doing that. And you done seen this wall in the other video in the bathroom. And that rotten door where they took out my mother's body. The ambulance people and the police said that they never seen anything like this in their life. And my godmother, my Irish godmother that's been here since 1950 said the same thing. And you've seen the kitchen sink, so I'm not going to open it up. But I'm going to say something. I need to get out of here. I need to... they need to do the work and do a good job, not just painting plaster, because whoever gets this apartment is going to be sick again. And if not right away, but in a few years, because that's what they do. And of course, if Raycraft's management, they're going to try to do the right thing, but it will be too late because they put the new cabinets in there, and that means they're going to have to take out everything and also clean out the mold or whatever contaminants. Because sorry for my finger, because I said that they built this place in 1934, so you know what materials are being used or was used. And like I said, I'm kind of tired and fatigued and kind of nervous again today because I'm hoping a lawyer will call me. But I will call the mayor's office and especially the governor because these people don't care about my safety. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and why can't I have an apartment? That's the main thing. Why can't I have another apartment? I'm not going to a hotel like that stupid reporter from that local news asked me on January 8th. There's a video on that called Inquisition. And I said, why should I go to the hotel now? Why do you have to have a witness? Because I know the history of those people. Yeah, that's the reporter saying that. Well, why can't they do anything? Why you have to go somewhere? I mean, he was very ignorant. He tried to sound clever and he sounded ignorant. And I'm sorry to say that. And no wonder the people tried to tell me, the white, black, and everybody else in this neighborhood, that the media doesn't care. And they don't. They said they're going to show it, this local news, but when they clean up their act so they won't look so bad. Well, they do look bad because I'm circulating everything they did and everything they said and how they treat me and everything. So whatever they try to suppress, I'm not suppressing it. So anyway, like my neighbor said, she said that they're going to move her probably. And she said, this is prejudice. This is awful. She said, I don't know what to say about them not moving you. And I said, I can't say much neither. I don't understand it neither. It's been 5 years. She said, see, I know. And then I said in a previous video, and she said, continue fighting. But the subject about her, because she's having problems in her apartment too. But she said that keep fighting. So I will. But the thing is that I was given options. Two of them wasn't good. I was told if I told the truth when I had my lawyer in 2017, right after I finished winning the case that I have succession rights, that I do belong here and that I have a right to be here. My lawyer and the general manager, not Chang, this creep, it was a halfway decent woman named Jones. She said she said, I'm trying to set the emotional angle about your mother's death. It was going to take you 2 years either way to go next door. You're right. It shouldn't take 2 years to go next door to another apartment, but that's the way it is. I said, no, it isn't. If it's an emergency, you're supposed to go in there right away. Not to a hotel, not to a shelter, but you go here to another apartment. Why are you saving it? Because I even asked her about the third floor apartment when the man had a stroke and he laid in his excrement for 3 days and he went to a nursing home. The same Spanish lady said that you could have went upstairs and unlocked the door and let them do their work or stay up there. But I told her that they said I wasn't eligible for that. It wasn't for me. That apartment from October 2017 to December 2017 was not occupied. And then it was occupied thereafter, after December 2017, by other people that's over top of my head and make noise every single day. I don't care about the kid. Kid make noise, but grown-up people don't be moving around furniture and drilling. A kid wouldn't do that at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's in order to make it uncomfortable for me, and that's why my mother had top floor apartments. So my mother spanked me when I was making noise over top of people's head on the third floor, but she wanted to be on the top floor so nobody would be over top of us, and while we're over top of them, we try not to make noise because that's rude. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just turn on my music or play my viola, and I drown them out even at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But the thing is that as far as my brother is concerned, I mentioned him. And I didn't like what I said in the video I made yesterday, Martin Luther King Day. My brother gives me support when he can. He hasn't been here since our mother's burial, and that's 5 years ago. But he does keep in touch. We have an estranged relationship. But I'm not going to go into it because it's Cherokee Black, Southern Black American business. But he has put his hands on me, and I don't mean it in that vein. When he doesn't like to hear the truth, instead of hitting mom, because he wouldn't dare, because he's halfway scared of our mother, because she will fight you. That's the Irish and Native American. She will box you, Irish, and tomahawk you, Native American. But but he will jump on me because I'm the youngest, because my brother's old enough to be my father. And he jumped on me and he has hit me, fist me, banged me up against the wall because he don't like to hear the truth about situation, which I'm not going to go into. So it's more me staying away from him because when I told him about what was happening, the one good thing he did say and then he turned this conversation around about himself and how much he's suffering. Yeah, he's suffering. He's a deacon of his church in Philadelphia. And he travels to Kenya, to France, and to family reunions down south. He travels all over, but he can't get on the I-95 to see about his sister. And neither does my nephew, who is a state trooper here. He was a NYPD. None of them come and see me because that's the way her family is, and that's my sister-in-law. My mother didn't like her, she didn't like my mother, and that's it. And that's the way it's been. And like I said, my brother sold to be my father because I wasn't in the radar. When my mother came here in 1956, it was just her and my teenage brother, almost teenage brother. He was like around 10 years old, 11 years old when he came here and everything. So he was preteen, I'm sorry. And I wasn't even on the radar. And so she met my mother met all fair skinned, looked like Italian, could pass for Spanish mom. She was a real beauty. That's what my Irish godmother said when she met her when she was a teenager. My godmother was here in 1950, my mother in 1956. So there is a history here. And my brother's father is from Africa, Morocco. My father's West Indian. And so my mother liked exotic people. So that's a little bit of history. But the principle of the thing is he's old enough to be my father. I wasn't even in the radar. And my brother is a war hero. So I think he can't control his anger because of the fact he was in Vietnam. So you gotta excuse him. And this place was good for veterans, for its third, fourth generation immigrants from Ellis Island, if you know what I mean. Everybody, it was like a melting pot here. So it wasn't a bad place to live, but it did change after I was born. And maybe by that time, my mother should have left. My mother, IQ 165, could have been anything and went anywhere. But unfortunately, she stayed here. It's both. It's mixed feelings. I'll write about it in the book when this is done. But the principle of the thing is my brother is, he tries to be a decent person, but I just can't bother with him because he listens, and he said that it may be asbestos in here, Reed. You can't be in here when they do the work. I don't understand it. And then he flip it, and it's all about himself. And then as far as him seeing me, he said he's too old to travel, but he travels by plane. He's not going to drive to France or Kenya or any other place. He has to take a plane. But I understand. He can't cause a disruption in his family, because our family's always been estranged, hers and mine, and my mother's, which now is me. So, and most of my white friends, Asian friends, and other people understand that dynamics, because you got one bad apple in a family or married into the family. So I just wanted to clear that up. My brother has hit me twice in my lifetime, but and then when he flips it and say, well, you have to understand me, then I just stay away from him. I'd rather have no family at all. But like I said, he was here in 1956, and I came later. I was born way later. So like I say, he's old enough to be my father. And he's my only family member, and I love him, and he's a war hero. So I want you to think about that. And I love my neighbor Spanish, who has been, telling me things and been truthful and honest, and I wish her well wherever I go. And there's quite a few people in this building that are Spanish too, that have helped me and tell me and give me good advice. God bless them all. I don't know what's going to happen this week, but I'm hoping that everything is better than what I've been going through. And I hope to get another apartment. I'm not going to a goddamn hotel. I'll take them to court, and I'm just going to have to fight that way. So we'll see. I'm going to get off of here. And but I wanted to talk freely and clear up some things I might have said yesterday, because I was in the mood and I wasn't in a good mood. But it's a profound day, Martin Luther King Day, because I don't think he would tolerate this kind of crap about anybody, not just me, anybody. I'm a well-educated woman. I'm a biologist. I was in the medical field, a published writer, a phlebotomist. I got awards and merit in my writing. I'm a sketch artist. I'm a well-educated lady, and the apple falls not far about that IQ. No, I don't have a photographic memory, and I don't have a porcelain beauty looks, but I look okay. I get along, and I look younger than my age. That's my good genetics. And despite all this, and that's what they probably mad about, the management, they want me to be decrepit like everybody else in these horrible conditions of these apartments, not just mine, others. But I'm going to abide. I'm going to abide. I'm going to survive. And I will be keeping in touch with what's going to happen. I'm hoping a lawyer calls today on the 19th. It's not a holiday, because he's supposed to have called on the 15th that I've been assigned to. But I know the moratorium is repairs are not important, but evictions. But then I could be evicted if I refuse to let them do work while I'm inside here, which I could be evicted or I could be dead, because it's going to cause me a lot of more health problems. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video. I need to go somewhere else that's safe within the community until I'm ready to go. And like I said, I am going back to school. But school is not important, but my health is. Thank you very much. And have a good week.